Caitlin Clark injury update. Is Fever star playing versus LV Aces? When Lisa Leslie echoed her own experiences for Caitlin Clark after the Indiana Fever superstar suffered a right groin injury, she didn't hold back any truth. As she said, that injury is really tough because it lingers, no matter how much medicine you take. And that warning was already taking shape as CC didn't participate in the All-Star three-point contest or any events during the All-Star weekend. Still, there was a sliver of hope given head coach Stephanie White had shared that Clark was listed day-to-day. So while she has missed a game since the All-Star break, optimism lingered about her return. But is Caitlin Clark actually returning soon? Well, not quite. For the third straight game, the 23-year-old Iowa native has officially been ruled out. Scott Agnes of Fieldhouse Files reported that Clark wouldn't be making a return against the Aces, and that the team didn't practice today, but held film plus treatment. Unfortunately, even Coach White hasn't provided a new update since she last said, no update on Caitlin Clark or a potential timeline. When asked about the results of Clark's doctor visit earlier that morning, White admitted, I haven't spoken with trainers about that yet. Well, it's all part of the Fever's cautious approach. They want Clark to be 100% healthy before she returns. After all, this is the fourth injury for Clark since entering the wnba, following a remarkable injury-free 4-year college career at Iowa and a dominant rookie season in the pros. Since entering her sophomore season, however, Clark has struggled to replicate her rookie magic. Injuries have limited her to fewer games, with her long-term availability now uncertain. It all started with a quad soreness that kept her out of the Fever's first preseason game against the Mystics. While that only sidelined her for a game, she returned the very next night and reminded everyone of her brilliance by sinking an iconic 36-foot three-pointer. After that, Clark played a few regular season games before being sidelined again, this time with a left quad injury. She made a strong comeback against the New York Liberty, dropping shots from 35, 30, and 27 feet. But it was clear something was off. In the next few games, her cold shooting streak became obvious. She went 0 for 6 from 3 against the Seattle Storm. Soon after, she was ruled out due to a left groin injury, diagnosed after undergoing an MRI the night before. Can Caitlin Clark overcome her injury woes, or is her WNBA future in jeopardy? Have an interesting take. And while she returned to play 3 games, her rhythm was still off. But then came the major setback, just 2 days before the All-Star game, where she was supposed to make her All-Star three-point debut. Clark was again sidelined, but the star guard did not let it stop her from taking in the weekend festivities, but assured she'd get back to focusing on her recovery soon. Not Caitlin Clark or Stephanie White, but Lisa Leslie has got an alarming update. If there's anyone who truly understands Clark's situation, it's Lisa Leslie. Because back in 2006, she battled the same groin injury and knows firsthand how brutal it can be. Speaking on We Need to Talk, Leslie didn't sugarcoat it when offering her insights on Clark's injury. I really feel for Caitlin Clark, because I actually had that injury in 2006. And listen, I was heavily taped around my thigh, around my glute. Leslie said in a clip shared on X. And the hard part is that the groin is an area that you can't just go, oh, it hurts right here. You feel it deep. You have to get a lot of deep treatment, whether it's ice, and heat, and rest. Well, Caitlin Clark, she can't find a lot of rest right now because she's mid-season, and Leslie's not exaggerating. Even now, years into retirement, she admits that whenever she plays tennis, the same pain still flares up, and that suggests the injury never fully healed. Well, that's haunting for sure, but the worst part for Clark might be what it could do to her signature logo three-point shot, a global trademark of her game. Listen, the logo shot is the longest distance out there in the WNBA, and that's going to take away from her lift. I remember struggling all season long in 2006 with that injury, Leslie added, and she has a point. Groin injuries reduce hip strength, affect range of motion, and throw off balance and stability, all essential for long-range shooters, and we're already seeing signs of this in Clark's recent performances. In her last 7 appearances, she's gone just 11 for 49 from behind the arc. So while the Fever haven't announced a clear timeline, signs suggest Clark won't be returning anytime soon. On paper, a full recovery from such an injury could take around 8 weeks. And if that's true, fans might have to wait a bit longer before seeing the 2024 Rookie of the Year fully back in action.